Hello, welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacMovieGuy.com, and I'm finishing up my comedy awards, best comedy series. For those who don't want to go back and watch 1,000 videos, I already did comedy ensemble for Abbott Elementary. I did best supporting actress in a comedy for Janelle James. I did best supporting actor in a comedy for Brian Tyree Henry from Atlanta. I did Best Actress in a Comedy for Jean Smart from Hacks, and I did Best Actor in a Comedy from Martin Freeman from Breeders. So, what's my top 10 going to look like? Any of those shows going to win? Who knows? This was a really hard list to make, and I had to make some really tough cuts. And, oh my god, I had to... I could make a list of honorable mentions that would just look like the real list. Like, I could be like Barry and Atlanta and, just... But, unfortunately, those did not make my list. So what shows were lucky enough to make the cut? Well, let's find out. This is my top 10 list. So, kicking it off at number 10 is Trying on Apple Plus, which has audio description. This is a delightful comedy that nobody watches. I don't even know how it got to 3 seasons. I'm just amazed. I'm so happy. It's a comedy a little like Ted Lasso that just brings you joy. It's silly, it's goofy, it's well acted. It has comedic moments and dramatic moments. It's uplifting. It's everything. It is something that when I was looking at my 10th spot and the ones that were left, I was like, I really want more people to know about Trying. Like, I feel like people know Atlanta exists, and they know Barry exists, and they know Righteous Gemstones and some of those other shows exist, but I really want people to know Trying exists. I don't know if Apple's going to give it a 4th season, but I really hope so. It's just a lovely comedy about people who just really want to be parents. And I find these kids, and the 3rd season threw them a ton of curveballs, but they really just came out on top. And it's a very different kind of comedy than anything else I have on here. So, yeah, please give Trying a chance. Coming in at number 9 is The Marvelous Miss Maisel, which is on Amazon with audio description. Yep, 4 seasons. I know we've got one more. It's not that this show is not strong in its 4th season. It is strong in its 4th season. It's just everything else is strong. So, again, ranking these shows was a challenge. So, where Maisel ends up. Coming in at number 8 on my list is Girls 5 Eva on Peacock, which they canceled because they suck. And Netflix saved it almost immediately, which is great. So Netflix was like, you just canceled that? Oh, we'll take that. Netflix is like, we have a sitcom problem, and this thing's amazing, so we're going to steal that. They should have stolen Rutherford Falls, too. That would have been hilarious. Netflix just keeps picking up all the canceled sitcoms from, they pick up Saved by the Bell. Just do it, Netflix. Just pick up every time Peacock refuses to let a show go past the 2nd season. Just buy it. Just pick it up. we got this. Because they're creating great shows. And I keep reading articles about how Netflix has a sitcom problem. So, hey, take these shows that are well-reviewed and well-liked and just amplify them on your platform. And I think more people will watch them. So, anyway, Girls 5 Eva, I can't live without. Girls 5 Eva gives me life. It's a brilliant show. I love the songs. I love the performances. I know I didn't pick any of the actresses, but it was in my top 10 for ensembles because of that very reason. I have no idea how to pick between the actors. So, there's that. So, number 7 on my list is Only Murders in the Building. Again, it's a terrific show. This is on Hulu. It has audio description. So, it's another fantastic show with a great cast, and I'm so excited that Meryl Streep is in the next season. I have no idea what they're going to do with her, but man, that's a get. They got Meryl Streep. Wow. So anyway, Coming up number 6 on my list is a show without audio description. I'm sorry, but it's Breeders on FX. Martin Freeman's little show that could. It's a lot like Trying, but not as happy. I guess you could say Breeders and Trying are very similar in nature, but Breeders focuses a lot more on Martin Freeman's character and his dynamic with his family, rather than sort of making it feel more like it's a 2-player game, I guess would be the way I would describe it. So I like Breeders. It tackles a lot of really odd and tough topics about parenting, and I wish more people watched it. I don't know how long FX is going to continue to push a series that I don't think many people watch, but hopefully much longer. Coming in at number 5, this may come as a surprise to people, but it didn't win. Sorry guys, Abbott Elementary. It's an ABC show. It's also on Hulu, and it has audio description for most episodes. Yeah, this is the first season out of the gates, and I thought it was a strong first season. And then half of the second season, I guess, is what I'm grading in 2022. It's a great show, and I love it, and but it owes a lot to shows that came before it. So I do have to take that in consideration, in the fact that had The Office and Parks and Rec not come before it, I don't know, would Abbott Elementary still exist? That's the question of the day. But it's funny. I like it. Like it a lot. Number 4 is Mythic Quest for Apple Plus. This show is, even when you think that there's no story left to tell, it finds the story to tell and makes it just as great as the other stories it needs to tell. And that's what I love about Mythic Quest. And it's got a great cast, and they're always up for everything. This is another show where I had an impossible time picking. You didn't see this in any of the acting categories, for a very, very specific reason. I don't know who to pick. They're all of them. All of the above would be the answer. So it was listed in ensembles, and now it's returned up here in series. So there's Mythic Quest. Number 3 is my only Taika Waititi series to make this list. I had to leave Our Flag Means Death off the list. So here's What We Do in the Shadows, which airs on FX, and I think I heard audio description once. So it's not something that frequently has audio description. I guess he also makes Reservation Dogs, but I'm still waiting for the second season of that to have audio description. I've seen like a couple episodes from that. I don't know that Reservation Dogs is strong enough to ever make my top 10, even with audio description, considering the strength of my top 10 and the ones that are. If I did a top 15, I still think I could find 5 more shows that I like more than Reservation Dogs, including Our Flag Means Death. So, What We Do in the Shadows is my pick, and it's another show where I can't pick a character. I have a really hard time just saying, oh, well, this is the standout performance, because I feel like everybody's a standout performance. They're such a well-oiled machine at this point, so congratulations. Number 2 is a show that I feel like is going to end up being a show where it's going to be really hard for me to pick performances, because I already left some people off, but I did highlight a couple people in the first season that did kind of blow me away. But it's Reboot from Hulu. This is the breakout, I think, of the year. I know people think it's Abbott Elementary, but I actually think it's Reboot. I think Reboot on Hulu is probably the best new sitcom. So that's why it's ranked high on my list. And that means at number 1, I've already said a lot of things that this won't be. So what is it? And predictably, I kind of fell in line with a lot of other people who keep saying this is on top. This is the show that wins the award when Abbott Elementary doesn't win it. And that's Hacks on HBO Max. It has audio description, and I felt like the second season reinvented itself in a way that was strong. It gave us a completely different point of view, and it was still hilarious. The lesbian cruise was hilarious. It also had some really poignant moments with her in the death of her father and her father's ashes, with Ava father and ashes, and just really a lot of really great moments. And Hacks is my pick for best comedy series. So Hacks walked away with comedy series and actress. So that's where we're at. After this, I'm gonna hop back down and finish off sci-fi fantasy with lead actress, lead actor, and best sci-fi fantasy series coming up next. Then limited, and then drama, and then I'm out of this. I'm done with TV, and I will finish my film categories. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing, and I appreciate it. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with another best of 2022 list, which will be lead actress in a fantasy sci-fi series. Until then, I will see you on the other side.